Give me a number.
2.
Any reason for 2?
My favourite number.
Your favourite number, okay, so we're just going to count down 2 cards. 1, 2, King of Hearts, perfect.
Oh,
Exactly what we're after. There are other ways of cheating. Have you heard of marking a card? You heard of a mark card? You heard of marking a card? What you do, there's a crimp. A little crimp is a bend. You heard of a crimp? Yeah, a little bend. You can make them. It's getting a bit old over there. The eyes aren't what they were. So there's a little bend in the card there. That's called a crimp. There's a thing called a double crimp, which is 2 bends in the card. That's a double crimp. Now you'd be able to spot that, and you would know that that was the king. There's another way of marking a card called a nick. You heard of a nick? Yep. A nick is a little tear. Yep. See the little tear? Yep. There's a little tear in the card. You would know that that was your card because there's a little tear in it. There's a thing called a double nick. You heard of a double nick? That's a double nick. 2 tears. Your name, sorry, was?
Rachel.
How are you at shuffling cards, Rachel?
Not the best.
Excellent. Mix them up for me then. We'll give you a starter pack. Perfect. Frazzled? Me too. I'll tell you what, let's put my name on 1 card. One way of marking a card is to put a mark on it. A physical mark. So I'll put my name on it, Matt. There you go. You can put your mark on one. Put your... put your name on there. Do you want to put yours on one? Go on, you can have a piece as well.
Go on, Matt Evie.
Go on, Evie. Not on this one there? There you go. I think that one's got a piece. Yeah, that's got my name on already. And you can put your name on one as well.
Hey, Abby.
Okay, Rachel, we started this with you, so we'll finish with you. Hold your hand out for me. Take the pieces and close your hand around it. I'll take the pen. You said if that goes back together, you'd be amazed, right? That's what you're going to... Oh. Right, I don't know if I'm that committed now. Right, just concentrate on feel them fusing together. You can feel them getting warmer in your hand. Just getting warmer piece by piece. Can you feel it getting a little bit warmer? You should be able to feel just a little bit of movement.
Okay.
Just a little bit of movement. Open your hand. Almost.
No. What the hell?
You get to keep that as a little souvenir. There we go. Just point to a card. Point. Yeah, take it out. It's alright, I can see it. That's alright. It's cool. We're going to make a little souvenir of this moment. It's quite a special moment we've got here. I'm going to tear this up. Alicia, you said you can't shuffle cards, or you can shuffle cards?
Can.
Give these a little shuffle up for me then. Mix them up as best you can. Perfect. Let's have a look. I'm going to write my name on this piece here.
Yeah.
You take the pen. Yeah. You write your name on a piece. Write your name on this piece. No, on that piece. There. That one's already got a name. Yeah. You write your name on there. Pass the pen. You write your name on a piece. Then you can write your name on this final piece. Put the top back on the pen for me. Alicia, you hold out your hand. I'm going to put those pieces in here. Now, if a magician tore up a card, what we'd expect him to do with the pieces? Put them back together or something, yeah? But if I gave you that card all put back together and you told your friends about it, they'd be like, no, it's just a card put back together. So we're going to make something special that there's no doubt that they'll know that you tore it up and then we put it back together, okay? So just concentrate on the cards fusing. But I want you in your mind just to start turning the pieces upside down and inside out. So instead of all being one way, you start to turn some pieces one way and some pieces the other way. You done it? You feel them? You feel them getting warmer? They're fusing. They're fusing together in your hands. Upside down and inside out. Slowly open your hand.
Good day, you absolute champions. How you doing? Welcome back to Murphy's Magic Stumped. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having an incredible day. Today is Tuesday, the best day of the week, because today we are diving into absolutely everything you need to know about Stitch by Titanas. And today, I have some giveaways for you. We have some giveaways to give away in the stream today, some really cool Murphy's Magic bundles. But look, we're not here to talk and see my beautiful face. We're here to see two other beautiful faces, Titanas and Javier. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Hey.
Oh, good. How are you, man?
Hey! Good, mate. Good. How's things?
Good, man.
Good.
So it's always so much fun that before we go live, we were talking to each other, and then we pretend that we.
Yeah. Oh, how's the weather? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, that's supposed to be secret.
Yeah. You just broke the illusion there, Titanas.
Oh,
Ruined
I'm so
everything,
sorry.
mate. It's okay.
We already know we're all doing good.
This is
Right.
true. Yes. Well, George
Sorrow.
Tesoro. I think he's in the next room to you,
yes.
and he doesn't even know what's going on. So, hello, George. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you here, buddy. Frank, good to see you. And hi from Germany.
He's
Everyone
actually-
popping in. Akiden? I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all in the chat. Today we're going to here to discuss a little finger thing. Yeah.
Another figure thing.
Another Titanas finger thing. Wow. Man, you think you'd have enough fingers, but
Well, I still have 8 more.
oh, great. Well, okay.
Oh,
Kevin, what's up? What's up, Lee? Greetings, everyone popping in. David says, nice freaky trick, perfect for Halloween shows. This is 100% correct. Absolutely.
that's very true. Very true.
But yeah, congratulations on Stitch, Titanas.
Oh, thank you. It was a teamwork.
Well, can you actually? I would love to know a bit of the history on it. When did you get the idea? Obviously, if people that don't know, I was going to say,
Say it properly.
I was going to say Titan's Finger. I was going to say Titan's Finger released Titan's Finger, but I was like, no, Titanas released Titan's Finger, which is a really beautiful fact. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. But
Yeah, it was, I think, 2009.
yes.
It was Paul Harris' release back then.
And then how did you get onto like creating this new release Stitch? What came about from that?
Well, it's been a while. I've been working in a lot of new things in the background, because I think that not many people know that I've been helping magicians, realizing their visions with a lot of releases for the last probably decade. And I've been having a lot of stuff in the background of my own. And you guys are gonna get to see more stuff coming soon. Oh, well, when I say soon, I mean soon enough, not right now. But anyways, yeah. So Stitch was an effect that I created about 2 years ago, and it was mainly a lot of back and forth with my good friend Javier, which is the real magician in this case. So yeah, we've been working on another finger trick, if I remember well, and then we start talking about this one, and he created something with a 3D printer, and then we played with it. We did some changes, and all is history. Now you have in your hands something that I'm really happy, and it looks really good. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna open it because
No, we're not doing that yet. We're gonna get to that bit. What's inside the box? Do you want to jump into what's inside the box? I wanted to play the trailer first, because I've seen someone come home and go, "Can we see the trailer? Can we see what's going on?"
Okay, for sure.
Should we put the trailer on first,
Okay.
and then we'll jump into what's inside the box?
Let's do it.
We'll play the. Oh yeah, hang on. Do the cool segue trailer song.
Now, you guys have probably seen like a lady maybe getting in a box and they cut her in half. Now, I'm gonna take the blade and watch.
Since 2009, hundreds of thousands have performed Titan's Finger. And now, Titanas is back with his next weird illusion. that will leave your spectators squirming out of their seats.
I want you to examine this to your heart's content. Go ahead. And then take a look at these blades. And all I'm gonna do is place my finger right inside the cylinder. We'll take one of those blades and you'll clearly see the blade go right from the top all the way down to the other side. You can clearly see that blade. I'll take that second blade and watch as the blade penetrates once again. Ooh, the finger, it goes straight through. And here, because the finger is technically severed, I can separate it from the other part. So I have one half here, the other half there. It's completely insane. But we're just gonna place it right back, wait a couple seconds, and immediately I can remove that blade, check that blade out instantly, and then you can clearly see the blade goes up and down. Once again, you can check the blade out, and then if we look at the finger is 100% okay, and you can examine once again absolutely everything.
It instantly resets. It fits in your pocket, ready for you to slice your audience's expectations at a moment's notice.
I'm gonna take the blade and watch.
Did that hurt?
A little bit. Get the other one. Let's try this. And watch, look.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Oh my god.
Through.
Simple to master. No contortion skills required. There's nothing quite like seeing your audience shocked, squirming, and screaming. With Stitch.
Whoa! Ah! We were totally watching the trailer with you guys, and that was amazing. I see Franz just said, absolutely, we need to know your angles, and we're going to cover that because Titanas and I were discussing this before, and we have some really cool things to talk about with you on this. But first things first, because I'm thirsty to know, Titanas. I haven't even got my Stitch here, and you talked about a box earlier. So let's break down everything you need to know about Stitch, starting with the box itself. Can you run us through the box? When this bad boy arrives in the mail, when the mailman goes, "Hello, Deborah, here's your Stitch." What are people going to find inside their box, mate? Can you run us through a little bit?
Are you sure you want to do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So first of all, it comes in this new Murphy's type of packaging.
Ooh,
that looks
sexy.
fantastic. Yep. And it's the back of it. And then inside, you're going to find a lot of stuff. You're going to find some stuff that you need to perform the effect, some stuff that you need to use if you have a different size finger. And then you're also going to find something that makes it examinable. Because that was one of the things that it's really important about this trick, I believe. The blades, obviously, these are metallic. I'm not gonna go into exposing everything.
I don't think we heard a metallic noise there. Hang on, tink, tink, tink. There you go.
Yes, thank you. I just want to show them the plethora of things that they're receiving. You know, all these are really well thought out of any of the single units that you see here. They're really important for some stuff and some other stuff, or some other props or some other stuff. What did I want to say about it? Somebody said about angles, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in just a little bit. We'll run through everything in a second. So that run through like a little kind of like a format of what you find inside the box. Then when it comes down to like the gimmicks themselves, like the quality of the gimmicks, how are they made? Are they sturdy? Are they flimsy? Have you had issues with them breaking? You know, have you put this through the bloody ringer going out performing it on the streets and stuff?
Yeah.
How'd you find it performing it when you performed it all?
Oh, I don't see this breaking. I mean, I've dropped them, they've fallen, they've rolled off. They're very, very sturdy. And because, I mean, there's no secret that it does use magnets, as you can see that they connect to each other. The beautiful thing about how it was constructed is the magnets are inside so that there's no chance of them coming off. So, I mean, to me, I've put them inside bags, inside my pocket. There's no way that they'll even bend. I was going to say you can probably drive a car on top of it, but I don't want to.
Murphy's Magic does not condone driving cars on top of sticks.
Yeah. Don't do this.
Well, that's a stress, I believe. But it's a hard plastic. I think it's going to last for a really long time. Yeah.
Yes. You've gone through many iterations of this gimmick itself to get to the material that you've got through today, right? So,
yeah. Well, there's been a lot of attention to the way, as Javier said, the way that the magnets are installed. Because when you have plastic and magnets, that's always a really risky situation there because they get unglued. But with this way that we did it, I think it's the best way to do it. Also, it's been a lot of attention to the way that the blades are attached to the plastic, because that's another really hard thing. I don't think people understand how hard these things are. Like every single detail needs to be taken care of. But we learned our lessons from other productions, and I think that we nailed it this time. But it's a beautiful set, and I think the effect is also great. There's been a lot of attention to make this thing examinable and create some really nice displays that you guys seen in the trailer. I know that some people dismissed the palms up version of the effect, which I think it has its own merits and its own advantages and disadvantages, which I think it's something that we're gonna have a look at it.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things I wanted to discuss. I saw Don just said, wow, so you could display the separation in a palm up position. And that's one of the things I wanted to discuss. Obviously, the tutorial is shot in the Murphy studio by the ever so handsome Javier, going in, getting his muscles out. Yeah, that guy, you, buddy, you, yeah. Get in and performing and demonstrating and teaching. Yeah, handsome man. I have a poster of you on my wall that I don't show anyone. It's just for me.
I remember when we took that. Yeah.
Hey, Tom Jacobs, thank you so much for becoming a silver member too. Tom Jacobs, you're an absolute legend. It's true. We've all Googled it. We Google legend all the time, and Tom Jacobs comes up every single time. But I do want to discuss the tutorial itself. You discussed a palm up version. You discussed the different versions. Can you run us through? Actually, Lee Alex just asked, before we get into the tutorial, and I think this brings back to the gimmicks just quickly. Lee Alex just said, how is this adaptable to different ethnicities and sexes? Which I know also you discuss in the tutorial. So I'm happy to either one of you to take that away and discuss the tutorial, what you kind of learn, and then into how do you adapt it?
You want to go?
So, yeah, I was going to suggest rock, paper, scissors, but I'll take it. So basically, we have a section that shows you how you can make the gimmick customize your skin tone. If you do wear nail polish or fake nails, but feel free to just use one of the extra nails that you get and use it with your stitch gimmick, and it's going to match perfectly. But we do have instructions on how to make it look as close as you possibly can to your own hand.
Perfect. I think that comes along with the, we had some questions before. Actually, we are getting a phone call in at the moment from our guest person. So we have little Timmy calling in, and little Timmy has a question to ask Titanas. He asked me before if he could ask this question. Hello, little Timmy, you there?
Hi there, Titanas. I just had a question. I have very, very small fingers. Big fan, by the way. Loved Titan's finger. It came out before I was a twinkle in my mum's eye. But I love this one. I have very small fingers. Is there a way for my fingers to work inside Titan's finger?
Titan's finger or
Sorry,
Stitch?
Stitch. Sorry, I'm 6 years old. My brain isn't fully developed yet. Yes, Stitch. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll be totally honest with you because I can see your size now, and I think that the extra gimmick that we supply here should maybe work with you. I don't know. I don't want to lie to you and say, "Oh, you're going to be perfect for that." But if it doesn't work, just give it a few years, and then you can clearly do it with either the normal gimmicks or the smaller size gimmick that we supply.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So just
No worries.
Little Timmy, what a legend. What a legend. Thank you so much, little Timmy. But
Thank you, Timmy.
there are
Thank you,
different
Timmy.
versions in there. How no one even suspected a thing. Now there's ways in here for this to be a smaller, if you do have smaller fingers, like I know some people have shorter fingers. I've seen people discuss this. There's gimmicks in here for people that do have smaller fingers as well. So
yeah, we actually did an extensive research on different sizes, and we tried to cover pretty much everybody. Not myself though. Not myself though.
yeah, you got big sausage fingers.
I have big sausage fingers, but it took me maybe 5 minutes to customize it, so I can now use it. I think the majority of people that are going to buy it, they don't have my big sausage fingers. But it took me literally like less than 5 minutes to fix the issue that I have.
I just got a message saying little Timmy's a legend. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, so that's I mean, it doesn't take any. Ross is from our sales at Murphy's too, by the way. I saw Skype pop up and I was like, oh no, what's wrong with the stream? Just a little Timmy fan.
Yes.
Yes, so you can definitely customize it. If you do have bigger fingers, it doesn't take long for you to customize it, and it's not a hard customization as well, which is good. So that's and the customization for the different skin tones, that's relatively easy as well, as Javier mentioned. And I love the idea of painting it now and putting that on as well.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Can you run through like quickly how long it would kind of take to customize a skin tone have?
So it depends. Yeah, so it depends on your specific skin tone. The darker you want to go, the longer it's going to take. But even to just get a couple shades darker, it might take as little as just 15 minutes. And then you just check 15 minutes again after that, 30 minutes later, until you see it, the color that you like it, and then you stop. But that little technique is going to also help you with any other gimmicks of the same nature that you may have at home that you want to match more closely to your own skin tone.
Smart.
Yeah,
I had to edit that on the spot because we're live.
I know, you had to giving away this thing. I can see Titanas going, don't you say it, don't you say it. I saw that Brian asked as well, what are the blades? Oh, and Austin, the OG legend, Austin Murphy. See, don't be giving it anywhere now because the boss is in the chat. He's paying attention. Yeah, so Brian asked, what are the blades? They are metal blades.
Yes.
Which I think we need to get onto some of the different performances of and different
By the way,
ways.
the blades are also super dull, so you're not going to cut yourself.
But hang on.
But if you do have a potato, you can actually stick it in, or apple, you know, things like that,
But
where
if
you
don't
can
cut
make
yourself,
it seem
how does
like
it
it's
sever the finger?
I think Boy's confused.
But if you if the blades are dull, how does it actually come off? Like, I don't understand.
Well, you just have, it's an illusion.
Oh, I see. Now let's move on to what you learn, because there are different routines you do learn inside Stitch.
Well,
And there's
mainly,
multiple ways to present it as well.
Mhm.
mainly it's different displays because the effect is one. You just slice your finger and you cut it in half. But then we have different ways that you can achieve this if you, depending on where you're going to perform. And also, I think there's some really nice touches there, like the table version
Mhm.
that it makes the hand look super flat. So that's really nice. Also, the palms up version that you can. Why are you laughing?
Do we want to? Do you want to run it? Well, should we put up the palms on version, and you can kind of run us through how that kind of not works, but the display is different to the original display of the one
Yeah.
that everyone's been seeing.
I think Harvey is going to be the best. To do
Yeah,
that.
do you want to run us through the palm up version?
On the spot.
Yeah, we practiced this.
Oh yeah, like you want me to just narrate it? Is that what you want?
Yeah, kind of like, you know, how it's different to the performance that everyone's doing, because everyone's loving the palm up version.
Before you play that video, I remember a comment from somebody seeing that version and saying something like, why don't we see the effect done from the beginning and we see it already on the finger? I want to say that it wouldn't be any different. Like you would still see Javier putting the tube over his finger. Nothing would have been different. So we just saved time from the trailer, but now you're free to play the video.
Absolutely. Okay. Well,
Yeah, every second is important.
yeah. Well, this is where you can run through letting people.
Oh
know.
yeah, there you go. So now we're going to take the blade and penetrate it right through, and you can see it goes to the other side. Check out the next blade. Ooh, through bone and flesh. There it goes as it goes up and down. You can clearly see it's not an illusion. It's actually, oh my God, I separated it in two, and there it is. You can see it clearly comes back right there. The camera showing you different angles, different ways in which your spectators can be, and there you go. The finger's completely 100. If you were there, I would let you pull on it so you can feel that it's a real finger and there's nothing wrong with it.
Really? Well,
Should I
just
slow
like
down?
that. There you go.
There you go.
Well, that's really good, because I know there's a lot of people now asking about the angles of all of these, because you do teach so many different routines or different. What was the word you used, Titanas? Different
Displays.
Thank you. Different displays
Fingerlings.
of this.
Fingerlings.
Because the ultimate
Instead of handlings, fingerlings.
fingerlings. Because you perform so many different fingerlings of this, that's just going to be a weird thing that's not going to work. But fingerlings.
Okay.
I got excited. I dribbled. There's the different angles, obviously, are ways to address this. Did you kind of want to discuss the angles and how this would work for different displays on this? Yeah,
Me?
either one.
Or-
You can rock, paper, scissors if you like.
Sorry, I didn't know who you're asking.
Yeah, either one of you two gentlemen. I'm happy for either one. Titanas, if you want to discuss.
Well,
Okay, have yeah if you want to discuss.
Okay, here's one way in which I can put it very simply. If you watch the entire instructions, you'll be able to perform this in pretty much all situations. Whether you want to do it for social media because you want super incredibly beautiful visuals, or for like 2 to 3, 4 people, or even maybe 5 or 6. We talk about how to think about the angles. It's not like, oh, if you have this many people, do it like this. Kind of walk you through how to understand the angles yourself so that you can choose whichever one of those fingerlings that we taught you in whichever situation that you find yourself in.
I love that you also.
Now let's put it this way. Then you may be asking, now, can I do it completely surrounded? And you might be able to get away with having a lot of people behind you if you stay slightly close to your body this way.
or if you do the table version,
Or if you do the table
yeah.
version, exactly, then
The other
nobody
thing
can see.
I watched Blake's review today, and it was a really nice review on Stitch. And he also suggested something that it makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you watch it, but he said that if you change from this position to this position, you're also creating a lot of coverage from like the angles are getting improved drastically by
Mm.
just doing it this
Going
way,
from
which
here to here, which is the
makes
same.
sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, this is very natural. Yeah, that's good. I love that.
So
I think it's closer to Titan's finger as a non-go too.
yeah.
You know.
There you go.
So I think the way that kind of is mentioned, then you give enough tools or fingerlings on the tutorial to cover multiple different. As a performer, we should know you give everything on the tutorial. So when you go to your performance to do Stitch, you know enough about Stitch with the different angles, the different handlings, the different fingerlings, that you know what situation you're going to be in. So if you are 360 degrees surrounded, you know you can do table version. If you'll have a couple people in front of you, you know you can do the palm up version. Or again, if you have spectators that are very touchy-feely, you know they're going to give you grief. You can do the handling that is examinable before and after. You know enough about Stitch. You're not just given one routine and saying, go figure it out now.
And I will mention that the more people you have, technically, the easier your handling becomes. So if you think, oh, if I have more people, the handling becomes more difficult, it's actually the opposite. Because you're not going to be doing so many crazy displays, it's actually way simpler and easier.
There you go.
So I just wanted to put that out there. So it's actually
also
easier.
with the tools that Javier is providing, I think that you can mix and match some of the stuff. Like for example, the palms up version that is been taught in the instructions, it's only been taught as a non-examinable version. But I think that if somebody puts the time and think about how the main routine that is examinable can be combined with the palms up, I'm pretty sure that they can come up with, like, for example, Charlie Fry came up with an amazing handling that I was like, damn, that's so good. I know that we're going to watch the video in a while.
Should we watch it now? I've just seen Lee Alex literally just as you said that. It was like you and Lee Alex are connected in the brain juices. But if you and Lee just said Charlie Fry's performance was brilliant. So I think with that said, we should probably watch Charlie Fry's performance. I'm getting excited now. And then we'll come back and discuss these. Again, once you know the methods and the fingerlings, I'm saying that forever now. This is stuck in my head. You know the different handlings that you can create from this. So, and Brian asked if it's fully examinable. Brian will answer that in just a wee second. Hey, roll the clip for Mom. Roll the clip to Charlie Fry. We just had our commentary then because we were watching it along with you and we're like, whoa, look, he shows it all around and he does this. Titanas said it best when we first started this because I was like,
yeah, we were like little kids just watching.
Again, like Titanas said, he's like, it's his thing. And Charlie fooled him performing this because he'd done so many different performances. Again, you have said it best. We are like little kids watching that. We're like, we know how it works and it still blows our mind and makes us smile. So incredible.
So good. So good.
So good. So you can see that Does it come with sound effects? I guess it,
Oh, that would be cool.
because I guess it depends how good you are at ventriloquism. I don't know why you got lasers. Brian asked, is it available in the UK? It sure is. There should be some dealers popping up on the screen, but you can type in !Alakazam, and a link to Alakazam's page will come up in the chat, and you can type that in. But Brian did ask just before we went to that video, is it examinable? Yeah, they're just everyone's nodding. Yeah. Titanas, did you want to discuss about the examinability and why you kind of wanted this as a big part of the effect and how examinable it is?
Yeah, I think for this type of effect, it's important to be examinable. Otherwise, magicians, guilt goes like, oh, everybody knows what I'm doing. So yeah, it starts like if you watch the trailer, it starts by Javier giving the tube to somebody and he says they can examine it as much as they want. Then he takes the tube, put it in his finger, put the blades, remove the tip. Oh, you start playing the video.
No,
okay.
people can still hear you. It's just the trailer's playing.
Okay, but yeah, let me go to that place where it starts. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, we're just keep talking about the examinability of it. Why you kind of wanted it.
Yeah, I think it's really important to have this type of effect. So now you can see that he starts by giving the tube to somebody. They examine it. There's nothing. This is just two tubes go together with magnets. Now he puts it on his finger. He starts putting the blades in. And then you're going to see the cleanup, which I think it's fantastic. And kudos to Javier for the whole examinability part. Look at this. This is so good.
So performing this to spectators, you really wanted this to be examinable because you wanted people to have hands-on experience with this. You wanted them to examine the blades, make sure they were real blades, but not bladey enough to be cut.
There's been a lot of thought about the examinability of that and the tricks that they only have one logical solution. I think they need to be examinable.
Yes.
Like this, and if you ask somebody, how would you do it if you don't have all of the things in mind, like, oh, this is examinable, they're going to go like, okay, it's probably been done this way. I think that's what made some comments on the Magic Cafe being that way, because people didn't realize that this is a little bit more than that. It's examinable. Yes. It has a way to get into it, and then a way to get out of it, and then you also have the different displays, which I think that maybe some people dismissed, because I think that both of the other alternative handlings, like the table handling and the palms up, are fantastic on its own. Oh, you changed the camera right at the moment when I
did. I was wanting to see how long you would talk for, so I was like, I'm going to adjust the camera. But I think that's where it wasn't just a trick that was created for camera, which would have been so easy to do. If you were like, hey, I'm going to create this just for social media, and that's all I want it for. You went, I'm going to create a visual effect that looks absolutely stunning. And I'm not just biased. When I first saw this, when I saw Hav showed me a year ago when I was over at Murphy's, Hav's like, check this out. I was like, this is insane. And that was the point. I saw the first time I saw it, it was in person too. So it went from like a very visual effect that you were like, I want this to be performed in close-up situations, at walk around. I want this to be used by as many magicians that want to use it. That's when you wanted the examinability, because magicians, we all want things examinable these days. And if you start having a product that's not examinable, you automatically rule it out as magicians. We're like, you can't examine that. Yeah. So I think that was really insane. I remember when Hav first showed me, Hav was just like you did it in a nonchalant way too. You were just playing around with it and you took it off and you literally went like, the visual got me. I was like, what? In case Hav doesn't know, every time I see Hav, he does a trick to me or an effect to me that he hasn't told me about. He just does things like the headphone drop thing. He just rides up to me, drops his headphones. I think he's dropped his headphones. This time, he literally just was playing around with this thing, slides a blade through and pulls off his finger. And it was like, so that's how good it was. It just blew my mind the first time I saw it. So it was insane to watch that in person. And this would be perfect for corporate walk around magicians. Would parlor, this would be perfect for TV, social media again. What about stage? I saw some people online asking about stage. Would this work for stage? I know you have your lady cut in half illusion, so would you want to do a finger version? But how would you see that kind of playing on stage? Obviously, a camera again, but
Yeah,
a
possibly.
spectator on stage. This is the thing. With the woman cut in half, you couldn't bring really spectators on stage to do that. With this, you could have that reaction of that spectator on stage. So how would you, what would be, like, is there any kind of situation or performance style that you wouldn't see this kind of working in? I know I've kind of thrown you on the spot there.
I was going to say underwater, but I think you can do it underwater. That it wouldn't work in. Man, you like asking the tough questions.
Mate, this is what we're here for, baby. We're going to get in
this.
the nitty gritty.
Sweating up in here. Place where, yeah, maybe if you go to like an amputee hospital, you wouldn't want to perform this.
A mentalism show. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
So what you're saying this is pretty much, this is very versatile. You can perform it at any situation, any scenario.
On stage, we were this close of including it in the instructions. The thing is, my hand stained red for almost 2 days, so we decided to not put it in there. But you can if you want. I'll put it here. You can take a little bag, in fact, kind of like these little bags, but way smaller. Oh wait, what camera am I? There we go. Like super small little bag, right? And you put fake blood. I think I have it over here. See, we were testing it out.
Oh, we had people ask on the chat if they could have fake blood. How would that look?
Yeah, so you could do it, but this one specifically will stain. Oh, red will stain. I should have read the label. It says it there. Red will stain. Very big. I just didn't read it. Anyways, so you put it in, and then if you have like hair straightener, and it'll seal it so that it's very small. And now you have a little blood capsule, and then you put it inside of your stitch. If you have stitch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You put it right where the blade is going to penetrate, so that when you put the first blade, it pierces that. It goes, and then the blood will start oozing out. And this is for stage. If you use this one, it will stain.
What about ketchup though? That doesn't stain.
Oh, ketchup. Oh, wow. Maybe it's like very viscous, right? Maybe you have to add a little oil, like
bit of water in there.
Like a nice little.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, you could definitely play with that. I know there was different versions that when I was creating an effect, you could definitely play with different versions of. You can make your own fake blood at home using certain materials that don't stain as well.
You can go on TikTok and find a tutorial.
Oh, you remember I used like a red paint that you could use like a water, like a paint that was
water-based.
Water-based paint that you could use. You kind of melted that down and a bit of flour in there as well to give it a bit of consistency, and that was a good fake blood. But up to you.
Yeah, but it's not gonna taste like blood though.
Well,
right?
who's gonna be doing that?
No. That's what
what kind of performance are you performing for? You're like cut your finger off. They're like, give me a bit of that. I don't know. That's a bit of a weird.
And if we have, just in case we have anybody on the chat that's from a different planet, you don't have to use red. You can just use whatever.
In case you're Eiffel 65 and you're blue, you could definitely use the blue blood.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to more irrelevant questions. Brian asks, can you perform this? I don't know what this live has become. I love it. Brian asks, can you perform the palm up version also on the table?
Ooh. Actually, if you do the palm up version on the table, it's gonna make your angles.
I'm gonna say,
better. Right, Javi?
yeah.
It's gonna make your angles even better.
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't tried it. You would be able to put it in the hand, but I think this person is asking this question very cleverly. very cleverly. Let's put it this way. I think you would be able to do it on your leg, on your thigh, beautifully. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So performing.
Oh.
So performing this.
Like, let's say you're sitting down, you can put your hand palm up on your thigh. It'll look really nice. On the table, it would look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Well, I think that if you perform it in a way that you can, because you still need to put the blades in, right?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like So yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
So there you go. And does this make your fingers ache? I love that face. I looked over at the question.
Not at all.
So you don't need to be doing any weird, crazy finger manipulation before you do this?
No.
Great.
No.
As long as you're triple jointed, you're good.
Triple jointed.
What's the name of that guy that does the? What's the name of this guy that does
the crazy
rubber
Sam's
bands?
finger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine if that guy performed Stitch.
Yeah, imagine if Sam performed Stitch. He would literally be like, or imagine on off with like this. Just like pulling your finger off, and yeah, that's great. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to have a competition. We're going to have some questions come in.
I want to win.
Halloween.
No.
Competition.
No, I said I want to win.
Oh, you want to win? You can't win, mate.
Okay.
But this will be like a little Murphy's Magic bundle.
You said you can't win.
You can't win. Titanas is out of the race. So what we'll do is to kind of enter into the giveaway. You've got 1 minute. We're going to set a 1 minute clock up and have 1 minute to type in !prize. So ! Prize to enter into this giveaway. Just type that into the chat so we know you want to be entered in to win the Murphy's Magic Bundle. You can see that on the
I love your
Streamlabs
sound
now.
effects.
It says perfect. Boop, boop, boop. So we have that running now. We've got 59 seconds to go. So we've got 59 seconds to do that while people enter into the competition. And then we're going to have someone drawn out to win the Murphy's Magic Bundle. And for anyone watching this after the fact, after this live, we're also going to be giving away another one of these Murphy's Magic Bundles. And this isn't going to be your regular download bundle. This will be a physical bundle that we're going to send out to you. So it could be Demi Jack, it could be Liquify, it won't be Stitch, because I know some people are waiting to get Stitch in. So it'll be some really cool Murphy's Magic items that are going to be sent to you wherever you are in the world. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Now, moving on, while we have that competition, we have the countdown going on. Funnily enough, I did this countdown for a minute, thinking you have a minute for people to enter. We've still got. We should be getting done now. So, I think I did 60 minutes actually, because I was like, this is counting down to 29 seconds. We've gone for a minute. So we're going to close this up and draw out our winners. Let's pick our winner to see who won. Javier, can you please do a drum roll, please? That's a very good drum roll. I love it. Congratulations, Thomas Thalhammer. You won the random giveaway. Congratulations, my friend. Boo, 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 boo. Thomas, if you could DM us on any of our socials, we'll get that prize out to you quicker than you can say. Titanas, this is quicker than you can say.
Stitch.
Wow, perfect. Love it. You're very welcome, Thomas. Thank you so much. So yeah, message us on any of our socials. And for anyone watching this after the stream, all you need to do is comment in the comment section below of this stream, not in the live chat. Comment in the comment section, even though the chat will stay up, but just for us to draw the name out, and we'll announce it on next Tuesday's episode of Stumped. We'll draw out a random person to win another Murphy's Magic Bundle. All you need to do is comment below. Javier, what do they need to comment below?
Stitch-a-rooney.
Stitch-a-rooney. There you go. All you need to do is comment Stitch-a-rooney, however you want to spell that. Comment that in the comment section below, and you can go in the draw to win next week's prize, which will be the Murphy's Magic Bundle. Now, I do have some people asking, come on, guys, how much is this? someone saw, what is the price? You can pick up Stitch right now for $44.99. $2.95 from your favorite magic dealer. We are right now here at Murphy's Magic. We are currently sold out of Stitch. It sold out insanely quick. Like,
They
what?
took mine. I don't even have one.
Dude, I don't even have one. I remember I was like, oh, can we get one over so I can perform it?
Ah.
All right, brag. How do we kick this guy out of the chat? How do we ban him? Wow, what a brag, right? So we are currently sold out here at Murphy's. We've got a 3-month waiting period on a backlog of Stitch, but that doesn't mean
It might be
dealers don't
quicker.
have it. So dealers
It might be a little bit quicker. It
might be a little bit quicker. Great.
Might be.
I say 3 months because that's the if we
Yeah.
if we say 2 months and 27 seconds, people are like, hey, it's been 2 months and 28 seconds. Where is it at? 3 months.
seconds.
Yeah, 3 months. It'll be in your dealer's hands and on its way to you. But it doesn't mean dealers don't have it. So I know a lot of dealers are already sold out. When I made this live, I linked a whole bunch of dealers in that I saw on their websites. And as we were running this live, I've been checking their websites. I know a couple of them are sold out. So if you don't want to miss out and wait 3 months, definitely check out your favorite magic dealer. Or again, these will be in the chat here. Message them, contact them, get your hands on Stitch. One thing I did want to ask though, and I saw this come up quite a bit, and it obviously helps with the handling. Herx is a good thing. And the
Herx, I love
fingerlings,
that.
with the fingerlings, what kind of skill level do you need? Like, I know we say beginner. Is there more? Obviously, there's more ways for this to grow, like Charlie's handling, where he did some really perfect maneuvers. What skill level beginner magician? If you pull this right out of the box, how long until you could go out and perform this, or perform it well? You know, that type of thing. Give me kind of like a rough handling guide and how the
Well,
moves work.
before I reply to that, since you mentioned it, I would say that you shouldn't perform any trick out of the box.
Controversial.
But if you have to, yeah, Stitch is very, very easy to learn, depending on the handling that you're gonna do. It says on the packaging, it says beginner, and I think that it is a beginner effect. Because I think if you put like 5 minutes to learn the trick, you can immediately do it. Not that you should again, but you could. But there are other handlings that might take a little bit more time. I know that the examinable version is a little bit more involved, but it's not difficult at all. The palms up version, what would you say, Javi? Would it be harder than the actual version?
It's a little bit harder, and I think it's because you may need a little audience management. We do talk about that, and we tell you, like, if you do choose to perform it, kind of walk you through how to get into it during your performance. So we recommend you first start out with any of the examinable versions. And I will mention, you do have one that's pretty involved in the fact that you do have to be doing something during the routine, but at the same time, it's not really that difficult, and you tend to forget it's even there.
Yeah.
But with that said, you can do the same routine with absolutely nothing at all to worry about. So then you're just doing the move, and then you can still have it examined. All you would have to do is go into the pocket, and everything is motivated. We give you all of the reasons for why you're going into the pocket and out of the pocket, so that if you don't even want to do much sleight of hand, which is not even that difficult, you don't have to. Everything is even cleaner than what you see in the trailer, because at that point you're super clean and everything is again examinable.
There you go.
Yeah.
So all skill levels, and it allows you to grow as a performer,
skill levels.
like Charlie Fry, and did this chef's kiss of a performance.
Yes.
I did see a question come in. Where is it? How do you explain the tube? So when you pull the tube out, how do you explain that? Obviously the blades make sense. I've seen people say that they're going to wrap the tube in like a bandage, which would look like, you know, you've had your finger kind of hurt. So that could be a cool way for it to start, and you kind of cut it off that way. So you can definitely modify it in that aspect. But as a performer, do you feel like you need to explain the tube when you pull it out? How do you kind of get about?
I personally don't, right? I don't really justify things. They're just there. And then the moment they're there, it just becomes part of the moment. But if you do want to have a justification, for instance, what the performance that we saw, what he did is he used it to cut a cigar. So it makes perfect sense. You can use it to cut vegetables if maybe you like eating vegetables. It could be, I forget what Blake on his review said it was, but I remember thinking, oh my God, that's super clever.
He said
that.
it's a surgical tube. That's what he said.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can technically turn it into anything at all that you would want this to become. It could be as simple as just a magical tube. It could be like a canister to hold things, a cigarette cutter, or anything else. We could think of it this way: when you see the lady getting cut in half, you don't see the magician justifying what the box is. He just has the box. The lady goes
what
in,
I wanted.
it happens.
That's what I wanted to say.
To get to?
It really depends on the effect. Like for this specific one, we know I'm a really big fan of organic magic. Like everything that needs to look like something. Like you don't have to justify something in the use. But for such an effect that you replicating a big scale illusion, I think it makes sense, because if you start by explaining, have you ever seen a lady cut in half? They put you in a box. So we're going to try to do the same thing. Here I have this box. In this case, you can examine it. In the theater, you wouldn't go up and open the box and see whatever is inside.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that it really depends on the effect. As I said, I really love organic magic and things that don't look proppy. We had to embrace the proppiness of this effect because of the result that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt that the effect is bigger than the little compromise that you have to do, and it's easy to justify, as I said, because you can compare it to a large-scale illusion.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the best thing. I think as magicians, I was having a discussion with a magician last week, and he was messaging me. Oh, I was like, oh no, it's crashed. It hasn't crashed. It even fooled me. I was like, oh no, we've lost the stream. They said, how do you, a black plastic tube sounds ridiculous. And I said, okay. And he's like, I hate this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, so what do you carry on you? And he goes, I carry a Rubik's Cube, sponge balls, and like a little metal container that, and I was like, okay, so you already carry like props on you. I think as magicians, we already know that we carry weird props on us. It still makes sense for us to carry. And it also creates a cool talking point if you pull it out. But if I ever get my hands on a stitch, I'm going to paint mine white and cover in like a little like surgical tape and have it like, when you used to plaster your arm and have it look like you like broke your arm and stuff, and have it like
you have a cast
on it. So the whole idea is I'd be walking around with a kind of a cast on my finger, and they're like, oh, I broke my finger, and then like I just wish I never. That's the way. I know someone that has stitch out there and it's like, this is how I'm going to perform it, but that's the way I wanted to perform it.
That's fun.
Have it loaded in my pocket.
That's
and just
fun.
load
Yeah,
my
that's
finger in.
awesome, dude.
So when you pull your finger out of your pocket, people go, what happened to your finger? You're like, yeah, I broke it. And then you kind of go into the routine of cutting it off. So that's the way I was going to do it.
That's actually really good. That's fun.
Yeah, it kind of creates a cool talking point.
But I don't have one.
I don't have one. So you see Titanas going, excellent. But I think that comes down to your own creativity as a magician. If you want to have more organic style magic, then by all means go through and adapt it to your own performance needs. Brian asked, how did you come up with the name of the effect?
I didn't.
There you go. Moving on. Perfect.
Spoiler alert. George did, actually.
Who?
George Chisel. Perfect.
That boy's super good with the names.
Can we get a W in the chat for George? Now,
There we go.
okay, so which brings on to Brian asked, is the gimmick easy to steal or load? Do you need to know how to palm? What's that kind of like?
I'm gonna let Javier reply to this one.
So
Perfect.
if you're talking about the performance you see in the trailer, you do have to know a little palming. Finger palm, super easy, very ergonomically fits your hand, so it's not that difficult. So yeah, finger palm. If you know that,
And
you can do
it's even
that's pretty much.
it's even more justified than a normal finger palm because your hand is always occupied by holding something.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you-
The entire time we made sure that every single moment you feel safe having this
Loaded, yeah, because it makes sense
in
to
that
have
position. Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So at every point you're safe.
Can I just say, shout out to when I said, can we have a W in the chat for George for creating the word stitch? The only person that put a W in the chat was George.
That's
I love that.
unacceptable, guys.
I
Come
love that
on.
George was like, yeah, I got this, guys.
You
So-
guys realize we wouldn't have most of the things we have here without George.
This is true.
Would be
So-
impossible.
This is true.
That's for
So
sure.
we need a lot of W's.
Yeah, there you go. Kevin, Sven, 43rd Wizard, they're all throwing W's in the chat now. George
There we go, there
Tesoro,
we
the
go.
OG legend himself. So thank you so much, guys. Chris, oh, everyone's giving the love now. So thank you guys for giving the
There we
love
go.
to George.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now we want to get on to, could you customize the tube to make it look more medical? Absolutely, Brian. Someone asked, guys asked, how are the angles? How does it compare to the demi deck in terms of angles? I guess if you have demi deck, you kind of know the angles on that already. I know Magic Orthodoxy mentioned it a little bit in his videos, but that's a great question. In the terms of that angles, again, I guess it comes down to the performance. You know enough about Stitch that you could cover your angles and the different performance style. But did you want to kind of mention that a little bit more? Did you want to discuss that a little bit more?
Yeah, I would say that your angle, so if we see it in this way, right, the way in which you can perform like this, the angles for Stitch and Demi Deck are going to be pretty much exactly the same. You're going to have the same amount of good angles to perform. Now, again, as you adjust your handling, just as in with Demi Deck, if you're a little bit tighter with your displays, that angle does widen a little bit more. So I think the same thing can be said for Stitch. So if you're familiar with Demi Deck, expect pretty much the same exact thing for Stitch.
Although having said that, there is performances for Stitch that you can perform surrounded. Like you could do it on a table, or you could do it sitting down, like with your palm up version. So there are versions like that where you could perform up to 360 degrees surrounded.
Yeah. Well, I love Demi Deck. I love Angelo.
I know you were
Stitch.
the one of the men behind Demi Deck Titanas, so I know you have definitely an input in this.
Well, Angelo obviously is the man behind it.
Oh yeah, but you helped with him with the release
Yeah.
through Murphy's.
Yeah. But I want to say that maybe the advantage of Stitch over Demi Deck, even though I totally love it, is that the thing that you have to hide is smaller than the thing you have to hide in Demi Deck, if that makes sense.
I think that's a great point, and that also brings up another point. I just saw Jason said Stitch is a great visual piece of magic, a break from cards. Hey, break. See, hey, I don't know if you did that on purpose, Jason, but I loved it. But it does come down to that. It's a smaller to carry in your pocket, and it also is different from cards. You don't have to carry around a deck on you. You could have this in your pocket, and it makes sense to have a finger. I know I don't carry decks on me all the time.
And it can be combined with Titans.
One thing you could do, one thing we tell you in the instructions you can do is you can take the Stitch and you can put a Sharpie inside of it to have even more pocket management in your pocket. So everything can be contained within the Stitch, including a Sharpie.
There you go. There you go, baby. Love it. Now, I think we're going to wind up the stream here because I know it's getting late for Titanas. I know Javier's just getting into his day, and I have to pack to go to Rome. I've got several texts from my wife saying, have you packed yet? And I've said, yes, I haven't. I hope she doesn't watch this stream. So she's on her way home, so I have to get packed before that. So if anyone has any more questions on Stitch, I'd love to answer. We'll have the gentleman answer any last questions. We might, while we have some questions to come in, I might run one more thing. Wait for me to get this set up though. We might do one random giveaway, but it will be, we'll make it any at the table lecture you can get. And to be honest, I just watched Eric Ross's one, perfect for Halloween. The things he does, so
that's
works
good.
with Stitch. So
The things he made me do. The things he made me do.
oh mate, time it in minutes. So we're gonna do 1 minute, and again, we're gonna start giveaway. Again, this is for. Oh man, hang on, how do I do this? Could I have to start giveaway? You've already added this giveaway running. Please cancel or complete it. Okay, how do I get into completing it? Give me 1 second, guys. Just gonna run. I might start another giveaway. While we do that, we're gonna have that give up. But we want to do there's any at the table lecture. But while we have some questions come in, did you want to say anything, Titanas or Javier?
I want to say thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Great. Love it.
I wish I had the chat pulled up, but I can't because I'm connected here.
Oh yeah. So I'll see if there's any questions coming in. Let me see if I can. It says you've already having a runaway started. Please complete it or cancel it. Complete.
Man, where's the technical difficulties thing when we need it?
I know, right?
Somebody activate it.
Random giveaway, edit. I know what I did wrong. I didn't complete it from when we chose our winner because I wanted to make sure Thomas got into message. But let's have the random giveaway. You've got 1 minute to enter. There we go. Thank you so much, whoever did that. You got 1 minute to answer. Exclamation mark prize. Exclamation mark prize to enter in this random giveaway. And this is for the at the table lecture. Any at the table lecture you want. Actually, let's make it five.
Any.
5 at the table lectures. We're getting crazy up in here. Thank you so much for everyone for putting up with my working there and my absolute.
That escalated so quickly.
That did escalate quickly. Now while it runs.
Where's that meme when you need it?
I know. Thank you so much for everyone for putting up with me there. This was because after I don't know if you saw, we did a live on Blur, and I was like, I'm going to use some Fandangle prize thing, and it didn't work. So this is the first time testing out the new prize method. It works. I just need to know how to work it.
I thought you said it worked. That was
work.
very paradoxical of you.
Mate,
okay.
Got to keep you on your toes. Brian says he's definitely using this at a children's show. And thank you so much for tuning in from college.
That's a choice.
That is a choice. It's a very good choice. Now, the timer is up on that. So let's pick a winner to see who's going to win 5 free at the table lectures. Whoa. Stephen Coyle. Is that Coyle? Coyle? It's Cooil. Congratulations, Stephen. All you need to do, again, DM me on Murphy's Magic. On any of Murphy's Magic platforms, you'll get me. Just DM and I will get those prizes out to you quicker than you can say Stitch. And for everyone, again, watching at home after this live ends, make sure you comment in the comment section below. Stitch a Rooney, however you want to spell that. And next Tuesday, I will draw a name out at random and you'll win a physical Murphy's Magic bundle. Now, I don't think anyone has any more questions. Everyone just is excited about Stitch saying prize.
So we covered everything then.
We have covered
exactly. That's
everything.
What that means.
Yeah, absolutely everything you need to know about Stitch. So if you guys want to pick up Stitch, again, there will be links in the description below of this video. And there's also links on this stream. So thank you so much, Titanas. Thank you so much, Javier.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, chat. Thank you so much, the W legend himself, George. Thank you much, everyone else. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay kind.
Yes.
Be kind to one another. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And if you need any questions, ask them away on socials. I love you all. Take care of yourselves.
Hug a stranger.
Poke a stranger. Stay out of trouble. Love you. Bye.
Before you see, it's definitely in the middle. It definitely goes in. No question about it. I mean, this is as clean as you can be. It really goes in all the way, and just like before, I push it in. In fact, to prove there's no sleight of hand, I'm going to hold it by the rope. Watch closely. That was it. The card rises to the top. You can see the signature on the back. You know it's the same card. In fact, you can pull it up just a little bit, take a little peek. The audience can see it's signed on the back. It's signed on the front by as many people as you had sign it, and you can give it away as a souvenir. This might be gilding the lily, but technically you can even have a corner torn off. It doesn't matter. This is definitely the card that goes in. It's the exact same card that comes to the top.
The best trick of my show.
他给我们带来他最好的节目。
Singing one number between 1 and 5, whatever you want. You have one?
Yes.
Number? What number do you want?
2.
2, are you sure? Look,
他让我选一个数字。
Number 2, nothing here, but here, exactly number 2. I am a professional. I am a professional. Come on, I can improve this. I can improve this. Doing something with cards. Okay, better with cards. Okay, my thing is the card. So my friend, I will ask you to think just in one suit. As you know, there are 52 different cards in the deck. Yes. Hearts, clubs, diamond, or spade. Yeah. Yes. So think in one suit, whatever you want.
他让我选一个牌的种类。
Which one do you want?
Heart.
Heart. Are you sure?
Heart.
Or do you want to change? Change. I don't care. I am a professional. I am a professional.
他想让我改变，我不改。
对。What? Heart. Sure?
Yes.
Incredible. Why?
他说非常棒，为
Because
什
as I
么？
told you, there are 52 different cards in the deck, but only one single card in my hands.
Is the 2
And
of
you
hearts?
said number 2.
No.
And hearts. I know this is crazy,
No!
but I love it. 2 of.
Bufanda de cuadros, levante su mano derecha en alto. Eso es. Para la siguiente magia necesito un voluntario. Muy amable. ¿Qué tal? Con sus dedos y pique un número. El 3, ¿está usted seguro? Atención. 3 de qué? ¿Corazones, picas, diamantes o trébol? Tréboles. 3 de tréboles. Creo que alguien va a flipar hoy. 3 de tréboles.
Some magic from time to time. You guys are going to get to help me, and as I said, I'm going to need some volunteers from time to time in order to help. And I'm going to have, ma'am, you're kind of handy right there. You can stay seated. It's a small part, so you don't need to come up on stage or anything like that. We're going to use something with just a little handkerchief, and this handkerchief, you see, is going to help us. I call it a handkerchief, of course. In Spanish, they call this a sombrero. Okay, I don't speak Spanish very well. But I do speak every language in the world except for Greek. I do. Just name a language. No, it's Greek to me. So, here's the idea for you. I want you just to give me a number, okay? Give me a number between, well, let's make it easy. Give me a number between 1 and 5. Between 1 and 5. 3. You are amazing. She did it, not me. That's and where are you from? I'm sorry. No, I heard you. I'm sorry. So I will speak just a little bit slower. Not a problem over there. Then is this? Do you know this gentleman, or just meet him downstairs in the parking lot, or? Okay, gotcha. Or the casino, I guess. So, sir, what is your name? Bruce. Glad to meet you, Bruce. Would you please just, since we are at a casino, just name a suit: clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds? Diamonds. Let me kind of recap what's just happened here, folks. You just a moment ago had said 3, correct? And then I asked you then for any number, and I'll ask you then to name a suit. And your suit was what? Which means that must be the 3 of diamonds.
Rates the magic trick. Watch the popcorn kernel.
Why would you?
10 out of 10. Rate the magic trick. Watch the glue. Glue.
No.
Rate the magic trick. If I can get milk to appear in my eye, would that deserve a follow?
Yes, but
don't you dare. Don't.